You're listening to The Alex Jones Show. From his Central Texas Command Center, deep behind enemy lines, the information war continues. It's Alex Jones and the GCN Radio Network.
All right, I should have given the number out in the last segment, forgot to do it while I was ranting. You can call in on any subject you want. All I ask is that you be a first-time caller. We do that a couple days a week. This is one of those days. You're welcome to bring up any of the subjects we've already raised or any other topics I haven't covered. There's a lot of other news I haven't gotten to yet. What we're seeing is a criminal takeover with a bunch of PR experts designed at causing infighting and distracting us and getting us to become mentally ill and obsess over things that don't exist while they run away with the store. The toll-free number to join us is different than the weekday number. It's 877-789-2539, 877-789-2539. And all I ask is you have a good phone. If you disagree, we don't really screen your calls. We just make sure that your phone works and it sounds good. If you want to tell us what you're calling about, that's fine. If you disagree, tell us, and we'll put you to the head of the line. In fact, if you're a Hillary supporter, you go to the head of the line. Let me say the number real slow. 877-789-ALEX, 877-789-2539. And, of course, you just dial that on your Obama phone. We got to send Carlos Slim some more money, the Mexican Don, the richest man in the world, who makes money off those. He's the only guy that makes money off those last time I read. Or if you're one of the big, rich elitists that support Hillary. You know, the richest people in Congress are Democrats. They're not even Republicans. It's just a fact that they're the top of the pyramid when it comes to the government. And that's why they want collectivism. They don't want a free market. They want a cinched-up market they control. Hey, but give me your best shot. I mean, we're on stations all over the country. You've called before. I'd like to hear from Hillary supporters out there. Boy, they're really going after Rand Paul because he's a good man. He's a caring man. He's a patriot. And even if he doesn't win, we've got to defend him because they're going to try to tear down the liberty movement in the process. And I know Rand's got too much credibility to do this. He hasn't thrown me under the bus, even though he's probably been asked to do that about 100 times the last month. I know it's been in the news. And he hasn't. He just says, I do a lot of interviews. That's what his dad says when they attack him. I mean, if Rand wants to throw me under the bus, he's welcome to do it, but that's not going to help him, and he knows that. The system's going to attack him because they know he is just Americana. He's not even that hardcore. I'm not that hardcore. I seem hardcore in this bizarre sea of placating ourselves to every form of tyranny, but, I mean, Rand Paul would be a moderate in 1776. He'd be a moderate in 1920. It's just that, Jack Kennedy cut taxes in the major bracket by 50%, the other bracket's 30%. Can you imagine if Rand Paul called for cutting taxes 50%? He's called for abolishing the IRS and auditing the Federal Reserve and stuff like that. But, I mean, he's just basically called for not raising taxes, and that's like, oh, my gosh. And we caught the Democrats dressing up in hayseed outfits with overalls, and I could tell it was fake. People did image searches and found out Democratic Party operatives in Kentucky dressed up would come out and say, I don't like blacks, I like Rand Paul. I mean, and we caught them in Houston doing it. This is what they do. They false flag. A lot worse than fictitious characters like Francis Underwood. I mean, the only problem with that show is it acts like there's just a bunch of lobbyists and power interests. No, it's centralized. Mega banks run the show. Goldman Sachs and J.P. Morgan, they fund the gun control groups. They fund the open borders. They fund your 5-year-old being taught not how to add 2 plus 2, but how to... Well, you know what he says to him when he first lines him up in Full Metal Jacket. Now they got drill sergeants in there saying the opposite. And all I'm saying is that's not the place in these schools. It's just reached crazy town. We're going to come back and take your phone calls and get to this audio clip of Tony Blair. It's pretty shocking, but it's par for the course. It's all coming up. I'm Alex Jones, And you're listening to The Alex Jones Show. We're live this Sunday, 4 to 6. I'll be back tomorrow, Lord willing, live 11 a.m. Central.
How you doing, Al?
Good, brother.
Just recently started using your products. Everything you said about them's correct. Me and my wife both use a lot of them, and it's made a lot of changes in our lives here.
Well, thank you, brother. It's because it also funds our operation, but doing that, I know I've got to have the highest quality. Super Male Vitality was developed to activate your body's own natural processes instead of using synthetic chemicals.
We do the Super Male and the Super Female Vitality. Big changes, a lot of energy. We've gotten off of the cheap energy drinks, energy shots, saving a ton of money there.
Sourced from powerful organic herbs, harvested around the planet, and then concentrated for maximum potency. They want to stun and dumb down, and energy drinks and stuff just cover that up for a while, but then burn you out, in my experience, whereas stuff that gets your glands naturally going goes right to the source. So it's pretty exciting, and I love it. Visit InfoWarsLife.com today to secure your Super Male Vitality and other powerful products from InfoWars Life.
Live from Austin, Texas, broadcasting worldwide, it's Alex Jones.
Well, Hillary Clinton's come out and said, quote, the deck is still stacked in favor of those at the top. And since the Clintons got in power, you've seen an acceleration of the elite having most of the money. And that very elite are busy trying to blame the middle class as much as they can for the inequity, when it's the middle class that is the known ladder for the working class into prosperity. And the bigger your middle class, the more prosperous your country is. And our middle class, the last 30 years, has constricted at a very accelerated rate by every metric. She comes out and says she wants to be the champion. I've got her disgusting quotes, read them last hour, of the little person, and wants to expand the middle class. All you're going to hear is vote for her or you're against women. Just like vote for Obama or you're racist. And if they can, they'll run some shill like Jeb Bush against her. Just like they ran McCain and others against Obama. But this time we have a real candidate in Rand Paul. I mean, I know he's a good man. I've known him for 20 years. They make a big deal about that in the news, like I'm some horrible person. And they say he's a horrible person. They say Ted Cruz is a horrible person because he said there were death panels in Obamacare, which they admit there are. It's like, they're horrible. They say fish live in the ocean. Oh, how discredited. When Obama gets up on TV and says you didn't build your business, and if you raise the debt limit, it doesn't raise the debt. I mean, it's just a confidence game. And I look at Infowars.com and a photo of Hillary Clinton that her campaign put out, juxtaposed with a quote by Glenn Greenwald. Opposition to her, Hillary, is going to be depicted as misogynistic. It's going to be this completely symbolic messaging that's going to overshadow the fact that she'll do nothing but continue everything in pursuit of her own power. And you look at that pretentious, predatory, narcissistic rage, that Jezebel look in her eyes that I've seen in other women's eyes that are just on these delusions. I mean, they just believe they're invincible, they believe they're unstoppable, and they just go around attacking whoever they want. This is the woman involved in sicking the IRS. She's really running the White House on the Christians. I mean, this is a despot. And I oppose Bush and the despotism he was involved in. This is way beyond that. Way beyond that. And I think, how long do we put up with these predators? How much will we go along with? I don't even want to say if there was a woman that had the qualifications and it was a patriot, I'd vote for her. Of course I would. I don't even need to say that. I don't need to say I'm not racist because I don't like Obamacare. It's a giant screw job written by insurance companies whose profits are up almost 50% in the last 2 years globally. Globally. Look, just search. Insurance companies' profits up almost 50% globally. Just on the roasting and feasting on America that is Obamacare. I mean, our country is unsustainable with a $19 trillion debt, and we've been signed on to half of the 2.2 quadrillion global debt that isn't ours. And instead of being educated on that, school kids are educated on the plight of the poor gay people. And don't you want to be gay? I mean, I wouldn't want heterosexuals in the schools recruiting my kids. It's called pedophilia. But see, as long as you put something out there as educational or as anti-racist or anti-misogynistic or whatever, it's okay. Like Jocelyn Elders. Can we find the tapes of her saying, you reach down and help them masturbate? The elementary, I mean, a creepy woman in a general outfit talking about kids masturbating? I mean, what planet did I wake up on? A creepy woman in a general outfit. I mean, I just, you people, you're creepy. Hillary Clinton is creepy. Obama is creepy. Michael Moore is creepy. With his 6-armed Nelly security guards? I mean, this is what I'm dominated by? This is who rules the country and the world? Yes, because good men and women are too prideful to be involved. We run our own lives, our own businesses, we have our own friends, and we hide. Patriots and true liberty lovers have been in the closet too long, and it's time we point out what these people are who dictate reality to us. I mean, I'm so sick of having reality dictated to me by these authoritarian dirtbags. I mean, everyone should be what? All over the country, they're trying to say that the colors of things are racist, or to say Chinese food is racist. I mean, it's just totally turning us into basket cases. All right, I said I'd go to your phone calls. I don't even know who to go to first. Let's go to Emily in Illinois. You're on the air. Welcome.
I cannot believe I'm on the phone with you.
Well, okay. You are. You're on the air with Pumpkinhead himself. I'm nobody, just an average guy. Well, what's on your mind today about her Lord and Savior, Hillary?
That's exactly it. She is not Jesus Christ. Why is she crusading? It is supposed to be campaigning. He already died for me on the cross. Thank you. Hell yeah, I came from Austin.
I mean, Emily, are you against women? Are you against women because you don't like Hillary?
No, I'm a white-blooded, red and white and blue American.
There you go. Now you're a racist white person. Good Freudian slip. let's have all the white people commit suicide. That'll fix the problems.
Wait, Alex, before you go for me, can I tell you how awesome you are?
Well, you know that's not my favorite topic, but we don't screen your calls. Go ahead and tell me how awesome I am.
Okay, listen, this is out and out miracle from heaven. I got on the line with you. It's always full. It's always busy. It's because the American public is talking. My brother-in-law and sister used to work in D.C. My brother-in-law passed from cancer. He was totally healthy. I had a dream that he was to the left side of me, and our whole family extended go and in front of us. I mean, this nation is turning into corruption. Look at the YouTube dreams of Obama. It's just ridiculous. The American people do not want this. You truly are a crusader. You're not racist. That's the only reason why.
Yes, I'm very bad. No. I'm against aborting 52% of black people, ma'am. So I am racist. If you're not for Planned Parenthood that gave awards to Hitler and got awards from Hitler, you are racist. I appreciate your call. Good to hear from you. I'm going to move quick. Robert in Washington, you're on the air.
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
I wanted to share an idea. I didn't want to talk about, the bride of Satan there. I want to talk about an idea I had. I wanted to share with you, and I think it might put a financial broadsword in your hand.
Sure. Yeah, we're not screening the calls. You're on air right now.
Okay. It's called a financial Minuteman. And the idea is you could organize 1 million financial Minutemen that would sign up to a web page that you have with a thermometer on it, and then when they sign up, they would pledge a maximum of $10 a month for 1 year. So what you could do, but their money would be spent by you, saying, let's say this month I want to call up my financial Minutemen and have them send a check to Rand Paul's campaign. So they would send their check up to $10 to whomever you direct, and then they go back onto the webpage.
No, that's a super idea, because I've always been afraid of growing, didn't want the responsibility, didn't want to be the tip of the spear, just because of the responsibility and all the rest of it. I tried to influence others, but I realize it's up to us to really step up, and that is a great idea. I'll look into doing it, Robert. Thank you so much. Let's go ahead and talk to Michael in Florida. You're on the air.
Hey, hi, Alex. I know you wanted to talk to first-time callers. I actually was the guy that called the other day on the second-time caller about my father telling me that story about the drug